Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Now or never for Warriors who cannot rely on ill-advised 12-month Markkanen dream. August 6. Lauri Markkanen is now eligible to sign an extension with the Utah Jazz. It's also now or never for the Golden State Warriors whose dream of landing the 2023 All-Star must come to fruition over the next few days. The growing belief is that Markkanen will renegotiate and extend his contract with the Jazz on August 7 or beyond, ensuring he can't be moved until next offseason. So the Warriors could just pick up negotiations again at that point, right? Wrong. If there's this idea that they'll be able to have another crack at trading for Markkanen in just under 12 months, that's an ill-advised dream that will almost be impossible for a variety of factors. The facts: Markkanen will be on a far greater contract than the current $18.1 million he's scheduled to make next season, making the salary matching for a potential trade next offseason so much more difficult. Stephen Curry will also be 37 years old next offseason, and as much as we hate to admit it, 1 year closer to the end of his career. Then you have all the machinations of how an entire season could impact the trade landscape this time next year. What's the guarantee that Utah would even listen to Markkanen offers next season, depending on how their 2024-25 campaign pans out? How may Golden State's form impact the forecast on their future draft capital? That's likely to be a huge centerpiece of a trade. What about Markkanen's own form next season? Does he take another step and become an even more valuable player under a long-term contract, or is his value reduced by some combination of poor form, injuries, and the new extension? These are all questions yet to be answered, leaving the next 24 to 48 hours as the critical, and perhaps only, time for the Warriors to complete a trade for Markkanen. If they can't strike a deal with the Jazz now, it's essentially conceding that Markkanen, likely a perfect on-court fit for the franchise, will never be seen in a Golden State uniform. Steph maintains selfless attitude amid limited Team USA opportunities. Warriors superstar Steph Curry has yet to find his rhythm during his first Olympics appearance, but he's keeping a positive outlook with Team USA. Curry, the greatest shooter the game ever has seen, shot the ball just 3 times in the Americans' 122-87 rout of Brazil on Tuesday, finishing with 7 points and 1 rebound in nearly 17 minutes. But the three-point king is maintaining a selfless attitude about getting limited opportunities on the floor, and he instead is focusing on doing whatever it takes to help the team on its hunt for gold. A lot of my job on this team is to create attention and open up shots for other guys, Curry said post-game, hat-tip the San Francisco Chronicle's Ron Kroichick. I'm not getting a lot of them. So as long as I keep cutting hard and playing off the ball, we have so many great passers, great finishers, great shooters, somebody is going to get a good look. After dropping 11 in his Olympics debut, Curry finished with 3 points against South Sudan and 8 points against Puerto Rico, respectively. Against South Sudan, Curry made a layup with 7 minutes remaining in the game. It was his only bucket of the contest. The 36-year-old was 1-for-9 from the field and missed all of his 6 three-point attempts. 3 days later, he showed promise early in Team USA's dominant victory over Puerto Rico, contributing 5 first-quarter points before going cold in the second, finishing with 8 before being benched in the fourth. Curry didn't shoot poorly in Tuesday's contest, mainly because he didn't get many shots up. But his impact, as he attested to, goes beyond what's shown on a stat sheet. Curry's presence alone presents a threat on the floor, and his off-ball movement presents openings for himself and others. In the second quarter, Curry, for just a second, sprung free on a Drew Holiday screen and launched a heavily contested three-pointer, drawing a foul and knocking down all his free throw attempts. His other points came from open layups, both on passes from LeBron James. That's the beauty and the strength of our team, is that it can be any one of these guys, Team USA coach Steve Kerr said, hat-tip the Athletics' Joe Vardon. They all have to carry their franchises individually when they go back to the NBA. So we know they're capable of carrying our team on any given day, but we don't know who it's going to be, and that's the strength of the team. Curry, once again, hardly impacted Team USA scoring on Tuesday. But the Americans and their depth, once again, proved that they can still annihilate the opposition regardless. Warriors to target top 5 pick if Lauri Markkanen trade fails. The Golden State Warriors are ready to pivot to a former top 5 pick if their attempt to acquire Utah Jazz forward Lauri Markkanen fails. The Bay Area squad is attempting to reload after missing the 2024 NBA playoffs. They have lost longtime star Klay Thompson to the Dallas Mavericks and NBA 75th anniversary team member Chris Paul to the San Antonio Spurs this summer. Their offseason moves have included adding Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, and DeAnthony Melton to replace the departing future Hall of Famers. However, these additions are not enough to make them significant movers in the highly competitive Western Conference. To put them over the top, the Dubs have set their sights on Markkanen as the crowning piece of their offseason. However, the clock is ticking for them to acquire the 7-foot Finnish big man. He becomes eligible to negotiate an extension with Utah on August 6. The Warriors are still in the midst of negotiating with the Jazz for Markkanen, but if they fail to secure the 27-year-old, they are ready to shift their focus to acquiring center Jonas Valanciunas. Sean Devaney of Heavy Sports reported that an anonymous NBA executive revealed this development and mentioned that the New York Knicks are also keen to land the Lithuanian big man. The Knicks, "We'll see how their center spot develops," said the NBA executive. The Warriors will be interested if the Markkanen thing does not work out. Valanciunas was selected with the 5th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft by the Toronto Raptors. He appeared in all 82 games in the regular season for the New Orleans Pelicans in 2023-24, setting a career high. His durability makes him an attractive option, as he also played in 79 games the year prior and 74 games in the 2021-22 season. The 6'11" center size and skill set are highly sought after in today's league, where many top players are dominant inside. Valanciunas averaged 12.2 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists while shooting 55.9% from the field last season. He previously played for the Raptors from 2012 to 2019, the Memphis Grizzlies from 2019 to 2021, and the Pelicans from 2021 until 2024. The Warriors are willing to part with one of their top young players to acquire Valanciunas. A trade package involving 2021 NBA Draft 14th overall pick Moses Moody, along with center Kevin Looney and perhaps a draft pick, could provide the much-needed boost at the center position for Golden State. Their lack of size has caused them trouble for the past few seasons. Despite making an impact every time he steps on the court, Moody faced difficulties breaking into head coach Steve Kerr's regular rotation. The 22-year-old averaged 8.1 points, 3.0 rebounds, and 0.9 assists in 66 games while accumulating several DNPs during the 2023-24 season, his third campaign in the league. The Washington Wizards recently acquired Valanciunas in a sign-and-trade deal this summer, inking him to a 3-year contract worth $30 million. However, he could become available in the market around the trade deadline in February. He would be an attractive asset for several teams in the league seeking a reliable presence inside. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jonas Valanciunas? Leave your opinion in the comments.